Let's go live with this puppy, shall we?
Go live, what puppy?
Woo! Wait, there's puppies?
Puppies.
Oh yeah, Summer Rae's puppies.
Puppies, yeah.
They were pretty decent tonight. Give her a B+ with that outfit she had. Hello, everybody.
Should have been more see-through.
Well, yeah.
Oh,
it was still better than the one we got.
We're in the shitty area now. Oh, sorry, I didn't say that.
It was still better than the outfit we got at SmackDown. So, all right, Night of Champions has just finished. It was
interesting.
It was interesting.
It was pretty good, actually.
We thought for a little bit
a lot
there.
better than I thought it was ever going to be.
Yeah, it was pretty good. We thought for a minute there that we weren't going to get any change in title, but we were wrong at the end there. So there's that. That was pretty cool. We'll get to well, should we just? I'm going to start playing that for background because otherwise I'm going to forget. Huh? What's that? Oh, right. Well, I have to put it over here because that's what's playing. But, yeah.
Whatever.
Whatevs, we got it.
Well, we got the tag team turmoil.
Yeah, we started with the pre-show, and that was obviously free for people to see. But it was the tag team turmoil match to decide who'd be the #1 contender for the tag team.
To me, that was pretty obvious who was going to win.
Championship match. I kind of thought it'd be the
people
Usos.
come out last usually win.
I kind of thought it'd be the Usos, but then again, they had their shot kind of already.
My two teams were the real Americans, or it was going to be millions of dollars.
Yeah, and then I thought you were right because you had some about the real Americans, and I'm like, oh yeah, it was kind of setting up for that. So
yeah, what happened to I can't think of his name right now. What's his name? Rosario. What happened to him? Like, you didn't see him like through that whole match.
Yeah, I know.
What happened to him?
That was kind of crazy. Let's see. Is this? Yeah, this is in order. We can go this way, right?
So
is that good enough? So yeah, we had the primetime players taking the tag team turmoil #1 contenders match. Boy, they didn't leave much time for that to happen.
No,
so,
they didn't.
I mean, it was meant to be quick, and half of that was commercials for the pay-per-view. So there was probably I don't even think 10 minutes of a match between all of it. And
the primetime players.
Yep. So millions of dollars.
And then you had Triple H starting the whole show out.
Yep. Came on down and said that there was going to be no interference in the WWE Championship match. Not the Shield, not Big Show, not himself.
And then Paul Heyman had to stick his nose into something that he didn't deserve to stick his nose into.
Right, so he came down with Axel and, just basically begged to have the match put off because he knew he was going to get a beating from CM Punk. And then Axel kind of started getting smart with Triple H and said, so it was Axel. Let me back up. So Axel said, "Oh, I know this is kind of a personal thing because I beat you on Raw the very first time I debuted, and you lost and all that." And so Triple H is kind of like, "Oh, okay, well, you want to make it that way, fine. I'm gonna give you another match, and you're gonna have to defend your belt tonight." So he's like, "I'm gonna go backstage, and the first person I find, I'm sending out here to go for your
right?
yeah."
Yes,
and that made sense because the SmackDown we were at that all started with Kofi Kingston. So it was indeed Kofi Kingston. He came out and I mean, that match actually went longer than I thought it would.
It was a good match, actually.
It was pretty good.
I think it was probably one of the better matches.
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely, Kofi was flying around like he always does, and it was a good match, and so it went back and forth, obviously, and near pins and all that, and finally...
Curtis takes him down.
That's right. Finally, Curtis Axel retains. So nothing changes there. He's feeling pretty... confident after that win. Paul Heyman kind of takes a deep sigh of relief for the time being, and they head backstage. So that was thrown in there, wasn't planned, wasn't on the card, but happens anyway. And from there, we went to the Divas Championship, which
that was
I could have done without.
Yeah, especially when Natalia puts on the
that that had
sharpshooter with two women on it.
That had to have been the most bizarre
and the sad part,
single moment of the night.
Brie had Naomi pinned.
Right.
And the ref would never count.
Right. And I didn't understand that. And
she was she was on top of her for like 7 and 8 seconds. I mean,
it's almost like they were waiting for Natalia and she wasn't ready yet or something. Yeah. And then she shows up she's got them. So I mean, just picture them. They're lined literally on top of each other, like lined up for Natalia to come and do the double sharpshooter, like both of them at once. But then AJ comes and and nails her in the back, and that's pretty much that. AJ wins and retains her Divas Championship.
Puts her into I can't remember what's her.
The Black Widow, isn't it?
The Black Widow. I think.
Yeah. So that happened. Black Widow taps out. That's that. It proved for the most bizarre point of the night, but it really didn't do a whole lot for either one of us.
Next match I thought was stupid, but hey.
Rob Van Dam versus World Heavyweight Champion Alberto Del Rio.
The way that match ended was just stupid.
Yep.
And why there was no cash-in still blows my mind.
It was set up perfectly. It was
I
like,
know,
it was like they were trolling us. Was
he not there tonight? Maybe he wasn't there tonight.
I don't know. All I know is he tweeted earlier, and he said something about like Happy Night of Champions or perhaps Uncrowned Champions or whatever. So he kind of, there was like foreshadowing there on Twitter. So I thought as soon as so I guess we should go through it. So Del Rio gets himself disqualified. He
puts him in his lock.
Yeah, he got him locked in. He wouldn't let it go. He got the 5 count and got disqualified. And then he proceeds to get that that look in his eye like he's not finished, and he starts going after Van Dam some more. And actually he went and got the chair, right? He got the chair, and Ricardo Rodriguez kind of saved RVD from the chair, and then RVD was able to turn back at Del Rio, and as a matter of fact, they put him in the corner, and he did the coast to coast on him.
Yeah,
with the chair. Oh, it was great. Yeah,
like he used to do in ECW all the
time. Big throwback Rob Van Dam moment there. So that was pretty cool, and Del Rio's basically incapacitated. He falls out of the ring, and has to have 3 refs and doctors, trainers, whoever was around, assist him out. We're thinking cash in him, and it was total cash in time. But it didn't happen. So that kind of was a head scratcher. We're like, that was a perfect setup for a cash in, and they didn't take it. So
yeah, I don't know what happened. Maybe he was in the bathroom.
Maybe he missed his big chance. But
well, the next
way or another, we didn't get a cash in.
The next match, so. I'm like, we both said each other like, what does this have to do with the championship match?
the Fandango match.
The Miz versus Fandango.
Fandango versus The Miz, which was, of course, set up by a dance-off on SmackDown. Okay, a dance-off. Oh, yeah, okay. I didn't even know this match was happening. Like I said, I didn't pay that close attention. It wasn't really on the card on the website, but I guess it was foreshadowed that something would be happening with these two.
That was not a match.
It's pure filler. It was pure filler. I guess I was surprised that... I don't know. I guess I wasn't really surprised about anything about it.
I thought Fandango would win the match, but I'm trying to figure out what Fandango's role in the WWE is. He comes out and loses matches, he wins matches, I'm like, well, what the fuck is he supposed to be doing?
And he pretty much is indifferent either way. Like, if he walks out and doesn't want to do the match anymore, he just walks out. I mean, he's kind of indifferent to everything that's going on other than his dancing and showing off and whatever. So yeah, I mean, what his long-term role is really, other than just a distraction.
Same thing with The Miz. I mean, what is he now? Is this a fill-in guy?
Yeah, and until SummerSlam rolls around, and then he could be the official ambassador.
Oh yeah,
I don't know. It's bizarre. So I don't know that match.
Miz puts him in the figure 4.
Yeah.
See, that's another thing. You have Ric Flair.
Mm-hmm.
Endorsing The Miz.
Right.
So you thought he would shoot up to something.
Right, you thought that was his push.
And nothing. Yeah. There's nothing. I mean, what the hell?
Instead,
really?
you more or less bury him and use him as a dancing gimmick, yeah. I don't know. I don't get where they're going with there, but, obviously that was not a highlight of the night. But then we got to one that was much anticipated.
Oh, yeah.
And the question was CM Punk going to get his hands on Paul Heyman? So,
I'll tell you this much. the Curtis Axel CM Punk match was really good.
Yeah, it was.
I mean, for Curtis Axel being in a match earlier with Kofi, and that was a long match.
Yep.
He did a really good job in that match. That was a hell of a fight, that match.
Right.
It went a long ways. Big beat down both ways.
Yeah, definitely. Once again, I mean, you know, I don't think anyone gets the crap beat out of him in a pay-per-view as much as Punk. I mean, first it was the ladder he took from Heyman when this whole thing started, that cut him open on the on his like on his hairline, and then tonight now he just had a awful scratch on his he was cut open on his back. Yeah, it was a laceration, and we'll get to how that happened in a second. So the actual match portion between Axel and CM Punk was really good. Punk wins, and then is the moment, you know, you see, of course they go to Heyman's face, and the look of shock and disgust and whatever, knowing that he's got a face Punk in the ring. So he runs around the arena. He does basically a lap trying to get away from Punk, and Punk chases him, you know, almost through the crowd and to the announce table, and finally back in the ring. And that was the point where you kind of expected something to happen, like something was going to save Heyman, but he did take quite a beating for a while, although he was wearing like a flak jacket or something.
I swear he's wearing a left flak jacket, because when he was getting hit by that candlestick, it wasn't even indenting him. It was like,
yeah,
it was like, what?
Well, he was wearing like a WWE like fleece or coat, like a light coat, and I think the reason obviously had to be because he was wearing some kind of protection underneath it, because it was just kind of bouncing right off him, the kendo stick. But he Punk took it to him, handcuffed him. Did he get to go to sleep on him, or he was about to?
He was about to.
He didn't get to go to sleep on him. But
he whipping him with the kendo.
Right, and during the match with Axel, Axel had set up a table in the corner, and so you knew something was going to happen at the table. Never did during that, and you're like, oh, is Punk going to throw Heyman through the table? Well, no, you know, while he's preoccupied with Heyman, out of nowhere comes Ryback.
Comes the Dick.
The Dick Ryback shows up and takes Punk right through basically, he just drove him right through the table. And that's where Punk got the laceration on his back. And why Ryback's there, you know, I mean, why is he the next Heyman guy? I mean, what are we speculating on that? You think we're going to find out something tomorrow that he's
something
he's now a Heyman guy, or is Heyman going to...
Or it's going to be part of that anti-bowling thing. Punk was bowling him.
Yeah, right. So after all that SmackDown, the whole thing about I don't like being being called the bully, whatever. Yeah, so that's going to lead to something. So why are we not getting comments updating? By the way, that's weird. Do we literally have one person commenting? I'm gonna try to. Yeah. Okay. That's odd.
So after that match, yeah, I guess it'll be interesting what she'll do with Ryback. I personally thought, when they made a no DQ match during the live show or the pre-show,
you kind of thought that meant like Lesnar or somebody was hanging around
to do it.
Although I don't know, because I knew that whole thing about Lesnar only signed on for three pay-per-views or whatever it was, and that he probably wouldn't be there, but I don't know. So
really,
did this already end?
I guess.
I'll restart it when it gets there. But yeah. So anyway, it ends with Ryback picking up Heyman over his shoulder and carries him off stage, backstage. So yeah. Hey, look at that! We've got in our simulation. We've got
a new champion.
I wonder if that's foreshadowing something. Okay, we'll get to that in a minute. But,
next match: Dean Ambrose versus Dolph Ziggler. And this is another match. I said, who cares?
Well, I would have cared had Dolph won.
You know, a sad part, I wasn't really watching that match because I was too busy watching this.
Yeah, we've got the Seattle Seahawks and 49ers game going on here too. So we were kind of at times a little bit preoccupied, but you know, there's that going on too, and there's actually been a long delay in that. So that's just coming out of halftime, probably. So anyway, but this match, I don't know. I mean, I thought it seemed so one-sided for Ziggler for the longest time, and then it just kind of ended. It just kind of ended.
Ambrose hit him with his move, and then
yeah. I mean, it didn't build up for Ambrose to win it. I mean, it's kind of, I don't know. I obviously would have liked to have seen Ziggler win it. I didn't think he was going to win it, but I also just didn't like the way the match ended. The match itself was okay, but the ending was not so great, I thought. So Dean Ambrose does retain the United States Championship, and then the other 2/3 of the Shield. That just ended just like that? Are you kidding me?
What the hell? What the hell was that?
That was like a 30-second match. Okay, thanks a lot there, Randy. That didn't help out what I'm doing here.
Wow.
He got him to submit just like that? Anyway. So the other 2/3 of the Shield comes out for the Tag Team Championship to take on the Primetime Players, who won in the pre-show match. The Tag Team Turmoil match. So, yeah, I didn't have a whole lot of faith in the Primetime Players winning this one. How about you?
I don't know. I didn't think they'd give it to Primetime Players. I'm still trying to figure out what they're doing with the Shield. I mean, now that they're aligned with Triple H, I don't think they're going to be losing anything soon. But.
Yeah. I guess I'm still trying to figure out what's going on in the tag team division as a whole. You know, I mean, because I don't know. They just seem to border on the creepy now, you know, with like the Wyatt family and...
So those are the people I think they're going to be giving it to.
Yeah? Well, is it too...
Why do you build them up to that big?
Oh, and you've got the
new people?
The Conquistadors or whatever. Like, all those guys coming too.
El Roro or...
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. It's the whole tag team... the whole tag team division kind of makes me scratch my head right now. I'm not really sure like what's going on other than the shit.
It's like that's what it feels like to me right now. The Divas division, that division, then that belt is just like whatever, you know.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. It's like we don't. What exactly are we doing with this? So, anyway, Rollins and Reigns retain their title with not that much. I don't know. They played around.
Prime time
they did it right
for a while, but then
Titans looked pretty good at times, and you know, but no, you know, so to that point, no titles had changed, and we're kind of like, okay, well, pay-per-view was, you know, pretty good, but we haven't seen anything that's earth-shaking yet at this point. So then we get Orton versus Daniel Bryan for the WWE Championship. And knowing what went down in SummerSlam with Triple H, you know, with the screw job over Daniel Bryan winning it, and then getting the pedigree, and what'd you get there? Something good happen? Oh, we're watching the football game here at the same time. You know, obviously Triple H pedigrees Daniel Bryan, and Orton cashes in, and he's the new face of the WWE. But which was interesting, though, there was a moment earlier, like, you know, way earlier in the pay-per-view, where Randy Orton comes up to Triple H and basically begs him for an answer of why he said no, but, you know, nobody will interfere. And he's like, you know, why change what's been working? The formula's been working. Why change it now? And Triple H says, well, I just want to make sure that I made the right choice in you as the face of the WWE. And he's like, well, yeah, you got it right, you know, whatever. And he walks off. But there was
still the best match.
There was no interference, like he said. There was no interference, and it was the best match of the night. And
by far,
I always love watching Daniel Bryan fly around, but I was a little. After watching SummerSlam, I was a little skeptical that they'd give it to him. I kept waiting for him to get screwed over, basically, but it was not the case. You have a new WWE champion tonight. And that is Daniel Bryan. And that is actually the way the show. There was nobody to cash in on tonight.
Plus the controversial.
Oh yeah, let's
counts.
talk about that. Okay, so referee gets knocked out of the ring, halfway through the fight.
No.
Okay, another referee comes down real quickly. No real problem. Nothing really happens in that time in between. But so then the match goes on another 5-10 minutes. I don't know exactly. I can't remember exactly how long it was. But towards the end, the original referee comes back up. He resurfaces and says, "I'm good." He takes over. The other guy leaves. And not that long after, Daniel Bryan goes for the pin and gets a very quick 3 count for the win. So, while I'm assuming this is going to be the storyline. I'm assuming we're going to hear, "Oh, great, Daniel Bryan, you won," but
that fast count.
Right, exactly. So, I'm assuming it's part of storyline. Otherwise, he really botched that because it was a really quick 3 count. It seemed very deliberate to me, didn't it? To you? Yeah. So Daniel Bryan does win. He is for tonight, your WWE champion. We'll see what happens on Raw tomorrow night. Obviously, I think you and I talked about it. And you've been saying how they're more or less, trying to get back to an Attitude Era like redo here or something like that.
But it ain't gonna work.
And you said this is a lot like what the build up for Stone Cold. And they kept trying to put these odds up, stack everything up against Daniel Bryan and have him win against all odds. So, it's a good way to build him up if you're gonna have him be champion now. Have that so close but yet so far, and now actually take it tonight. So, I don't know. I'm happy for the time being seeing Daniel Bryan as champion. I don't know. I'll just enjoy this for however long they're gonna let him have it. You think it'll be a long run, or do you think this will change hands pretty soon here? If you had to guess.
Wouldn't it be really funny that he kept it until John Cena came back?
That'd be something, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Have Daniel Bryan be able to pick whoever he wants, and he picks Cena when he comes back, or something like that. Yeah, that'd be pretty crazy.
Isn't Cena still entitled to a rematch?
Well, yeah. Well, there's that too. I'm sure he is. Yeah. So Cena could be like, "Yeah, I would have had you, but my elbow," or whatever. So there's that to look forward to. Yeah, I guess that'll be the question for us since we have Elimination Chamber tickets. Will Daniel Bryan still be champion at Elimination Chamber time? I don't know. That's that's your man in the end zone right there. Beast mode, Marshawn Lynch in the end zone. You needed that.
I need a lot more than that.
Well, maybe they can hold that shutout too. So yeah, I don't know.
Overall, what do you guys? I don't know. What do you guys think of the pay-per-view overall?
Yeah, I'd like to know what those of you who watched it. I'd like to know what you guys think now that we've kind of covered the bases here. What would you give it out of 10? How do you think this? Like,
I think it was better than what was last at SummerSlam.
Yeah, I would say you think it's better than SummerSlam. I think SummerSlam was dominated by basically 2 matches. I thought overall this was better.
Yeah, this was.
Obviously, the ending of SummerSlam was like jaw-dropping, like it had that wow factor. But I think this was a better pay-per-view overall. Like you said, a few kind of puzzling endings, like why we didn't have a cash in there. I would question. That would have really made the night cool, I think. But overall,
So what are they going to do with Sandow? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Yeah.
If that wasn't the time, what was the time?
Yeah, I guess they want to build it up, I suppose. Like kind of have you guessing when it's going to be, but.
What's really stupid about Sandow, though?
Because he already came out
How many
once.
matches has he lost since he's got that briefcase?
Just about all of them.
Yeah, it's.
Somebody had said that too, like on Twitter. They're like, like winning the Money in the Bank contract is like basically gives you free reign to like lose all your matches until you cash in. And it's like,
is he gonna be one of those people that cash in and lose?
No, that'd be funny. Like now and the question is, now do they say?
Oh fuck.
Yeah, I know. Doesn't that look that looks really bad at first? That Superfan commercial for the DirecTV thing. Okay, So they said tomorrow night, Dusty Rhodes.
Yeah.
Okay, so does Cody get back in the picture somehow?
No, this is another ploy to. This is another thing that they're just gonna.
This is just gonna be more family shame and humiliation. Yep. Okay. Now, I'm just wondering at some point, like
they're trying to build up something against the Rhodes family versus McMahon.
Yeah.
You know, they're trying to build something up there.
But how cool would it be at some point? Sandow goes to cash in, and there's Cody, and like he costs him it somehow. Even if he's got to come out of the crowd.
You know Cody, the only reason why it's because his mayor is.
Yeah, well, sure.
Stuff like that. That's the only reason why they did this.
Look at this. We got Daniel winning again. 2 out of 3 there. So, I don't know. We have, I guess, let me see if any comments actually. Oh, a few came through. SummerSlam was too predictable. Triple H as guest ref. Yeah. Daniel, you're correct. Wyatt family will take the tag team titles from the Shield. Then in a perfect WWE universe, Undertaker will join up with Kane to beat them.
Undertaker's too damn old to join with anybody. He cannot handle these matches anymore.
We're not saying that wouldn't be cool.
The only time you're ever going to see Undertaker is going to be WrestleMania. That's
to
the only time you're ever going to see him.
Right. Yeah, I unfortunately, that would be sweet, but I think he is too damn old to be, to be around. You say 5.5 out of 10, Nathan. Okay. You got a yes.
Brian Punk WrestleMania. I don't know about that one, but all right.
Yeah. So, so I guess we're gonna see something. Not that we're all that excited about it, but we're leading towards Punk and Ryback at some point. Is that what we're? I guess we got to figure out. I guess we got to figure out what the hell's going on with Ryback anyway. Why Ryback ruined everything? Yeah. Well, at least he got some shots on Heyman first. There was a satisfaction factor for a while there. I think it would have been.
You knew something was. As soon as I made a no DQ match,
well, right. Knew it was coming. But I like the way they had it that he at least got some shots on him before, he was swooped in and helped. So, that was a very quick match you had there. Yeah, he's talking about that second one.
Was that?
I know.
Done.
I had just set it up and it was done. I'm like, wow. Okay, it was set on Epic too. I'm like, yeah, okay, that's an epic match experience, huh? So, yeah, very interesting. Obviously with Ryback putting himself into the middle of that, and really no explanation tonight. But that'll be our reason to tune into Raw, I guess. Maybe that leads off. I don't know. Well, I guess Daniel Bryan will lead off. But, who was that to? Oh, that fullback or whatever. Or is that another tight end of theirs? Anyway, I don't know. Anything else you have to say about the pay-per-view before we...
No, I think this is pretty much all we have to say about it.
We pretty much covered it, huh? So, Night of Champions. I don't know. Out of 10, what do you say?
What was the last one? Next one? Brawl something?
It's called Battleground.
Battleground?
Battleground. It's one of their new ones, I think. I think it's one of the 2 new ones that was... either renamed or rebranded. So yes, next month will be Battleground.
To me, I think this whole pay-per-view, if I had to rate it, it'd be about 7 for me.
About a 7? Yeah, I think that's pretty fair. I like the fact that it ended with Daniel Bryan winning, and the build up for him. After all the crap he went through. I think you need
more championships changing hands.
Well, in a perfect world, I would have liked to have at least seen a couple. Yeah.
I don't understand the whole freaking Divas shit at all. So
yeah. So I think a 7's fair. I'd go in that range too. It would have been cool to see. I don't know. Personally, I would have liked to have seen RVD take out Del Rio.
RVD would win or something. Del Rio do something to him, and then Sandow cash in. On
RVD. Or we almost thought, maybe this whole thing with Ricardo was a ploy, and that he was really still with Del Rio somehow. That never came to be either. So, but it was pretty good. 7 is a pretty good range, I'd say. So we enjoyed it. I'm glad we watched it, and you guys go ahead and leave your thoughts too on what you'd rank it. But yeah, so it should be kind of interesting going forward from here. Daniel Bryan is your new, quote unquote, new face of the WWE, even if it is a goat face.
Fear the beard.
Fear the beard, man. Respect it for sure. So I definitely got to get that shirt. There goes your QB. Oh, they're not going to get him. Kaepernick go. Dang. So we're multitasking here, guys. But thanks for joining us. Hopefully you enjoyed the pay-per-view, and hopefully if you didn't watch it, we at least got you the results, and we can go from there. So Monday Night Raw tomorrow night. Also Monday Night Football. Game's not that great. Watch Raw instead. That football game looks like it's going to be terrible. So, and that's football fans saying that. We got an 8 out of 10 here. If Cena beats Taker at WrestleMania, will anyone else stop watching WWE?
Yes.
Well, okay. I mean, the streak's eventually going to end, right? Because the guy's just going to be too old to card out there every time.
Oh,
I mean, you would think.
Shut up.
or will he just retire undefeated?
I think he should retire undefeated. I don't think he should have another. He should never have another match.
Yeah.
Period.
I tend to agree. I mean, why
He dominated the last match.
Yeah. Well, do you think about it? If you're Taker, why would you agree to go out there and look bad and lose your streak? You know, I mean, like, you know,
exactly.
I don't think you would.
Just retire as you are.
Yep. So he'll you know, anyway. I don't think you're going to see too many more Undertaker matches even at WrestleMania. So.
No.
But that's for another day. I'm definitely looking more and more forward to, like, after, I mean, you know, just kind of watching a pay-per-view again and knowing that we're going to Elimination Chamber. I think I'm more and more excited to go and be in person because, heck, we only paid $40 more to get our tickets and be in person than we did, like, tonight. So, or, well, you know, roughly. So, that'll be cool. Can't wait to check out a pay-per-view live. But we gotta wait till late February for that one. So, anyhow, we'll talk to you guys soon. Maybe at the next pay-per-view if we get it. If we get Battleground.
Yeah.
Guess we'll have to see what the matches are. But for now, thanks for joining us, and we will talk to you next time, guys. Have a good night.
Later.